Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Rory Miles. I'm a goalkeeper, and I've recently created this YouTube channel to help footballers, people improve their life skills. And yeah, this video is about what to do when you're not playing. Now, we've all gone through phases of not playing, whether that's being on the bench, injury, maybe you don't have a team. I can relate. The reason I made this video is actually because it's relatable, very relatable to my current situation in England recently. The last 4 or 5 weeks, I've had two things going on. I've had an injury, but I've also I couldn't get in the team for various reasons, which is recently just changed now. I have a new team called Concord Rangers Football Club, who play in Step 4 in the North Isthmian League. And yeah, enough about that though. This is about you guys and how we can help you improve while you're not playing. So, you're not on the team, okay. Now, I think if you want to approach the manager, right? Firstly, you want to, maybe not immediately, but you want to basically speak to the manager in the right way, ask the right questions. Now, a lot of players, when they're not on the team, right, they'll come up to the manager and they'll be like, why am I not on the team? Now, when we come up to people in general, like why this, why that, it comes across as quite forceful. It sounds like you're attacking them a little bit. So you need to get a better result. You need to ask better questions. And a question I would ask, which I asked recently from experience, is to speak to the manager and ask, what do I need to do to get in the team? Now, that question is a lot more receptive than asking, why am I not on the team? You know, the manager's got a really hard job, guys. Anyway, he's got to pick 16 players. Some people are not going to get in the team. It's like having a party and you've got 11 who are invited and you've got 5 on the guest list and you've got 4 that aren't coming. It's the exact same situation. So you have to put it's not all about you, but you have to put yourself in their shoes. Now that's the first thing. Find out what you need to work on, because there will be something you'll need to work on. Or sometimes it's just circumstances, but a lot of the times there's something that needs to be worked on. Now, once you find out a bit more information, you look at it as an opportunity. Now, a lot of players, I have experienced this myself when I was younger, when you're not on the team, you don't prepare as well, do you? Well, a lot of times players don't prepare as well. You're not going to be playing, so you're not going to put as much effort in. But actually, sometimes not being in a team can be quite exciting. Obviously, we want to play. I don't know a player that doesn't want to play. I've never been a player that doesn't want to play. I always want to play. But sometimes it gives you an opportunity to take a step back and be, okay, what do I need to work on? Okay, I've got information from the manager. I've asked the questions in the right way. I'm turning up on time, whatever it is, the little things. It's important to do the little things right. Now, this is an opportunity for doing extra reps, lots of extra reps, and work on, for example, your weak foot. Your ball striking, or your reading of the game, or learning about the game, which that falls into my next point. But whether it's technical, tactical, physical, technical, tactical, physical. I'm missing one. Technical, tactical, physical. Psychological, yeah, there we go. There's going to be all of it you can work on, even when you're playing. But I think if you're on the bench on the sidelines, it gives you an opportunity to work on it, or work on your processes a lot more. Because you're not going to be playing games or less minutes, So that's the next thing you can do. Are you going out on the Saturday night and going on a mad one? Or are you using the opportunity to be like, I'm going to come back better. I'm going to, on Sunday, I'm going to do some sprints. I'm going to do some gym work. I'm going to work on my technique. There's opportunities everywhere when you're not playing. Yes, you're missing out on match experience. And that comes into my next point. So the next bit is to learn about the game, In football, especially nowadays, you need to know the game, learn about the game, understand your position, understand how teams play, how teams are in and out of possession. There's just so much more than just technical now. Technical, obviously important. But I was a big, when I was younger, I was big on technique and, technique. And that's brilliant. But there's so many more parts of the game, and learning about the game, understanding the game, your football IQ is important. So how you might be thinking, okay, Rory, how can I improve my tactical side of the game? How can I learn about the game more? Well, you can do that by watching games. I do this every week, and I do match analysis every week. And when I wasn't playing, I was doing match analysis on my laptop, just going on YouTube, putting in a full game, just literally put in football game, full football match, and loads of matches come up. But I also done work in terms of going to watch games and going behind. I'm a goalkeeper, so I went behind the goal and I watched the goalkeeper in a non-league game, in local non-league games, and I'm like, okay, this position's usually a bit higher there, okay, I'd be a bit deeper there, and just question things a little bit, but okay, what's my decision here on this cross? You can work on your decision making without even playing. And on the laptop, the best way to do is just pause the video, constantly pause and have a look at the full picture. So, for example, when I went and watched the game, I seen the pass back from the left back to the goalkeeper, and he decided to hit it the first time. That was his decision. But for me, looking at the outset, I seen that he didn't need to hit it first time. What he could have done, I'm saying could here, not should, because I'm not saying he should have done it, but I'm saying what he could have done it. His other tactical option was to take a touch on the back foot and play it to the opposite fullback, as they were only pressing with one striker. Now that's me working on my decision making. And yeah, so you can work on your learning about the game and speaking to coaches and yeah, learning about the game. Very important. Now, an extra tip for you is to, if you're on the bench, on the sidelines, I'm going to say specifically the bench. When I was on the bench when I was very young, to be fair, I wasn't on the bench often, but when I was, I'd moan about it. But I'd get into my own head, like, why am I not on the team? You know, my Saturday's ruined, blah blah blah, making it all about me. Now, an extra tip for you is to think, especially if you're an outfielder, because there's a higher chance of you coming on, obviously, is to pick up on information on the game. Now, you could look at the structure of the opposition team, look at the fullback, look at the personnel, who's the strong header of the ball, who's potentially, who's the weaker sider, who's the weak player of the weakest defender. For example, if you're a winger and you're watching the game, you might notice that the fullback on your side, the opposite fullback on your side, is slow to pushing up the line. He's not in line with the line. He's maybe a few yards slower. Now, if you pick up on that information instead of sulking, you can, when you come on the field, if you come on the field, because there's no guarantees, but if you come on 60 minutes, you might come on and be like, okay, I've picked up on that. I'm going to communicate to my centre back who likes to play it in long, and my centre mid is to start putting in balls in behind on that side, and I'll get the run on him. So you have you actually have, you get information, actually, a lot of information before, than the starting 11. And it depends on what levels you play, but if you're playing at low non-league levels or amateur levels, or game, you don't see the opposition as much. There's not much recording. It's just highlights. You can pick up on, you're gonna, the starting 11 might not have a lot of information about the other team. So that being on the bench is sometimes a great opportunity to come on and have an impact. Show a name for yourself. And another tip is to, let's say if you're injured as well, because you might not be able to play, find ways to contribute to the team. And that could be, if you're injured, for example, picking up the cones and setting the cones out for the coaches, taking the bags away, giving out praise. Players love to be praised, bigged up, on and off the pitch. Coaches and managers pick up on how you are off the pitch. Is he sulking? Is he sulking, or is he being the example? Because if you be the example and the best communicator on the bench, on the sidelines, that shows a lot about your personality and shows what you'll be like on the pitch. And it will increase your chances in the future of playing. So that tip is just to basically be the best version of yourself. Okay. We all want to play, but it's not all about you. As soon as you get out the victim mode and you start thinking about the team, you get less internal and you focus a bit more on the external things, in terms of the whole team, and that will help you with how you are off the pitch, how you think as well, your decision making, how you talk to people, how you are, you'll see in a more positive frame of mind. And I'm not saying it is easy. It is very hard. I have been in loads of opportunities where I'm like, this is, I'm not adding any value to the team. But if you can find ways to add value to the team, and that can honestly be just been getting to know a player, asking him about his family life, asking what he does for a living, going out for meals, the little things, going out for meals with teammates. It creates social bonds, it creates connection, and when you connect off the pitch, you'll connect better on the pitch. And it takes me on to my next point, which is reflect on the journey. Write down what's going on. And again, it's boring. It's very boring. I personally hate it. But I take mood notes, and I'll go like, okay, Friday, I was feeling pretty good on Friday. What did I do? I'll take key things. What did I do on that day? Okay, I got up early. I got up at the time I wanted to be. I got on my gym session, and I had a good conversation with someone. I called someone. I've been looking for work, and I need to. For example, if I want to, I took a phone call which scared me a little bit. But so, you're feeling productive, and then on Saturday, maybe I slept in a little bit, maybe I had that Burger King last night, I'm not feeling as good. But I think with reflections, you don't get immediate gratification. You don't get the cheeseburger immediately. In the cheeseburger, you get the gratification straight away. Yeah, I feel good. 4 minutes there, boom, you're down. You've had the high, then you're down. That's just the way it works. But with writing things down, you increase your awareness. You find out when you go against your instincts, which will be another video that I'm going to go to make about. But when we reflect and write things down, you get delayed gratification, where you get gratification but in a different way. It's more fulfilling, but you don't feel it immediately. You're just more grateful for things. You might be able to reflect, you flip the script and be, okay, I'm injured here, but this is giving me a great opportunity to work on my camera business. Or, I get to see my family more. Or I get to hang out with my friends and family more, yeah. So that's another tip. And also speak to people who've been in your position. So you might have players that have been out of the team for ages, months, but you've noticed they dealt with it really well. You've reached out, so you can reach out to them or reach out to third parties and ask them what they did and how they dealt with things. And also that increases relationships, increases your network. So yeah, that is another tip for you on what to do outside of football. And the last one is interest outside of football. Now we can do all the things we've talked about when we're not playing, that I've talked about. So we can do all that. But I think, in my opinion, and I'm not saying right is right or wrong, I think it's important to have some interest out of football. And that will take your mind off not playing. But you're still doing all the stuff to get back in the team or whatnot, or come back from injury. but you're having that, you're having set times where you're switching your mind off a little bit, which is helping with your recovery. Because when I was injured when I was younger, I was doing my recovery and all that, but I was constantly thinking about it, and that takes up a lot of mental energy. So you need that switch off from time to time. So you might like to watch mafia movies, or series, or you might like table tennis, or you might like going to the beach with your partner. Whatever it is, find ways to put it into your schedule, and all these little things will help with your comeback, as you would say. Now, I think I've covered everything. If I've not, let me know in the comments. But for now, I am going to go and train, and hopefully you've taken some things out. Hopefully you've taken some things out from the video, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks guys, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video.